Alrighty, how are we looking? We're looking alright, I think. So I'm gonna go ahead and move across to this. Hello! We're continuing and we're loading a save game. I think we accidentally loaded the wrong save game, however. Let's find out. Yep, this is the one I'm playing offline. We want Streamlands. That's what we're after. Before that there, yeah, we've got a few things we're going to need to create. Find here we've got how many smart plates going in? A lot of smart plates going in. And we need a lot of, what do you call them as well? Oop. Okay, so modular frames. How do we modularize our frames? Modular frames. I guess we're just gonna hit go on this and make a whole pile of ones. So, hopefully everyone's been having themselves a nice, pleasant little Friday. I know I have. Good little morning. And now we're enjoying ourselves a little bit of this. So, I'm also going to pour myself a glass of Pepsi. Simply because warranted. Nice warm day like today kind of requires a glass of Pepsi. That is the good thing about it. So, this should be a few more. So, I'm trying to think what we're going to need for reinforced plates. Or like for the versatile framework. So, we need 1,000 of that. We're going to need to make 250 batches of this. 250 times 3, 750 iron plates. And 250 times 12 is 3,000 iron rods. Right. That's going to be intriguing a little bit. Okie dokes. Right. So what we can do, we can load a crap ton of these into here. And we're going to go to here. And see, alright, this can be changed over. We should probably focus you up on this. Focus you up on this. And then let's not worry about screws anymore. I think we're going to be well stocked on those for a while. So, grab this here. Load in the screws here. And we'll do a little bit of sorting. So, right, this here, probably upgrade this, I would say. Yes, we can. Lovely. So, let's take this, this, and this. Now, we've got all these things working. We probably should have been doing a lot more construction-y stuff in the meantime, but we were a little bit silly biscuits, and we didn't. So in here we've got a crap ton of reinforced plates. That's nice to see. Are you just in standard mode? Yeah. You're not overclocked, nothing like that. You're just doing your thing. 352, right. Trying to think. So if it takes 20, if we do 20 per minute, it should logically take this here like 22 minutes. To complete creating these. So 22 minutes. That's going to be 2 hard drives worth. Do we have a hard drive decrypting at the minute? No, we don't. What do we got over here? We got a bunch of that. But I think maybe, modular frame-wise, we should try and create a few more. We can make 6 of these. Because we don't really have much in the line of rods at all, which is very unfortunate. That was odd. It was like a high-pitched whistly kind of sound going on. So, okay, what we need is to try and complete the blueprint thing. So that we can go, hey, this is our blueprint maker, and we can create little blueprints for each of the different types of constructor. So we could use an entire batch, or as an example, we could use an entire batch all dedicated to like iron production, iron rod production. We could have a batch that is dedicated to producing screws, a batch that is dedicated to producing, what do you call it, plates, rods, all these kinds of things. So, right, here we go. Got those doing their thing. Let's go to here and see what we got. We don't have, okay, we can make 12 of these. So, if we had one Mark II, we could have it snap in, and a minor Mark II would produce 120 iron ore from a single thing, which would mean we could have it making 120 rods per minute. We could have another one making, how many do we require for this? 80 plates per minute. And we could have another one making approximately 6,000 screws per minute. Wait, no, 6,000 is vastly wrong. What is 10 times 50? 500 per minute. That was incredibly bad maths on my part. Right, we can still see here, like, at least the plating thing is going nicely. Oop. Oh, crap. I accidentally made screws when I didn't mean to. That's unfortunate. I should actually check to see if we do have any modular frame recipes that are a little bit nicer to deal with. So we're on 90. And then once that's completed, it's going to require another little thing to produce the stuff. You're doing this here, I guess. Let's look at the recipe, shall we? So, modular frame, we don't have any alternate modular frames at the moment. Which is fair, I guess. This here, okay. There's another 4 screws that I can, or modular frames I can make. We're kind of stuck in almost a little bit of a limbo phase right now while we're working on this. This here will get into Awesome Shop ordinarily. Modular frame would produce with that and with the other things. So trying to think if we can think of a more efficient way for it. Please be enough for 4. Yes, it is. Lovely. I want to make this blueprint, and then I want to use the blueprint to create little mini factories that'll be focused on things. That is what I'm after. So, over to here, still producing nicely. You could have just below 300, and yep, you're sorted on that. Lovely. So we keep going over this here way, and I went right past what I wanted to go to. So, into here, load these 8, and we build another 4. So, you're ready to go. Lovely. Now, production, we're going to get rid of this here, and instead, we're going to have the blueprint station. So we need more modular frames. Yay. I guess I'm taking this here, and I'm just going to manually create a crap ton of iron rods.
Any complaints about the spatial restrictions will only reveal your own inefficiencies.
So here we go. That's enough iron rods. I can start constructing this. And once I have this set up, I should be all good. I don't think I need modular frames for what I'm going to need. Right. Oop, wrong thing. So, blueprint designer. Let's pop you down, I guess, here. Do it like this. Right. So this blueprint.
Interact with the blueprint designer terminal to save it. It will then be available
Iron smelter.
of your build menu.
For now, we'll just call this smelter bay.
If you find yourself struggling to
select icon is going to.
Remember that this is a you problem.
Where is the smelter icon? That's the foundry. That's okay. Just let's look for smelter. Just okay. Lovely. Select the icon, and the color will be load preset. Let's just go for fix it primary. Perfect. Now for this here. Let's go for production. We need a bay of 8x8. We need more iron rods for this, apparently. Which I did not expect. But all we need is... Well, I suppose we could set this up in such a way that it's like... Here we go. So, this will go 1 in. If even. No. What we'll do is we'll do a logistics splitter. Production, smelter. Okay. Yes. Have to move this this way a little bit, but that's okay. Production, smelter, 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 smelter. And we'll have all of these sort of feed into the one. You go into there, and you go into there. So, this is going to connect these belts via this. This will do it like that. You're going to connect this into this, this, and into this. Then what we could do, potentially, we could have it feed all the way back to here. Or do we just have it? No, maybe we just have it so that it goes on one side of our facility. Like ore goes in one side, comes out the other. So this here, we're going to do a merger. And the merger we're going to place down here. Here. Whoop. Nope. Here. And damn it. That was the misclick of the century right there. You are going to come out here. Whoop. Nope. All of you are coming out. And you will go into here, and into here. Now, let's set up the power distribution for it. You will be 1, will be 2. You and you feeding into this. Actually, I don't like the way it runs through, so that's not the case anymore. We're going to have it feed from this side. So, right, just to the left of that. You into here, here. You into this, and you into this. Then we'll connect you in there. Now, all 4 of these are set. smelter bay, you are going to be smelter. Because for some reason, whenever you change the thing, it comes up like this. We're going to call this 120 PM just as a thing. So, now what we could do is we could start this kind of thing down here. We could go into blueprints and look at our smelter bay. So this here is merged, right. This way is our input. Go for one into there. Missing materials. Oh, I'm missing the iron rods. That's what I'm missing. I should be able to fix that up now. We're on 480 of that there, which is fine. So, right. Crafting bench. I don't know why I'm doing the whole crafting thing of that. Let's take all of these. So down this here way, we're going to build this factory, and we're going to have it connect in our smelter bays. So, right. There's 1 and 2. Excuse me. Excuse me indeed. So now we want this to be a little bit more out, so we'll do 2 in between there, just because of how many things we need. So, over to here. 1. Yep, that's okay. And now we'll do another, which is blueprints. Maybe we're just going to set this as 0. There's our last, potentially. We should have 3 batches of this, which I'm hoping will be plenty for us. You connect into this. I want over here. 1, 2, 4. And then in here, I'm sure. Aha, there we go. Right, so all of these things, you connect to this. You're connected to that. You over to here. And finally, you over to here. This here bay, we have 24, I think. Right, 24 times 4 is 96. Going to require 96 megawatts of power, which is a hefty little chunk, but I think we might be able to pull it off. Yes, it is. It is very doable. So, what we want is all of these here, then feeding into relevant constructors. So this here, you are going to go over logistics, and we're going to make you something very odd going on right now. I don't quite know what it was. But, okay. We could have this feed up into this, maybe. So maybe that is what we do. We have this here assemble up the ways, then we could set up an array of constructors down here. So boom, 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 and boom. Okay, we're going to have a lot more constructors than I anticipated we would. So you are going to be what? Iron rod. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Because that's this bay. You are going to be iron plates. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right. And over here, we'll have 5 ones doing iron screws. Whoop. Constructor and another constructor. You are going to be cast screws. So 1, 3, 4, 5. All of these things are now going to link in to each other. Once I set this up, this is going to be a very, very power intensive little facility. So you connect to that and that. You are going to connect down to here. This and this. You are going in here. And you connect all this up. Right, I need cables now. That's going to be very important as well. So reinforced iron plates are pretty much sorted now. We don't really need to worry about those. So what I'm thinking we could do is if we change this recipe to modular frames, this will do 2 per minute. And we're going to swap all of this here to iron rods. Iron rod, iron rod, 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 and rod. Okay, that's a bit of an issue. That was what was happening. It was down to the number of iron ingots I had collected inadvertently, because I forgot when you change the recipe, it also changes all the little bits associated with the recipe. So, right, over here we got you. You are swapping to iron rods and load in the ingots. Iron rod, load the ingots. Now, let's have these here feed across into here. So you're going into there, and you will break you down. You are coming around from here. Right. Good stuff. So, we've got some iron plates, we've got some screws. We're waiting for all of these screws to come out of the ways. And then once that's done, okay, right. We are now good again. So, all of these here that we need to merge, you are going to go around to here. this here is merging all of these, and then we're going to have you into here. This will then feed into here. Now, what we're going to do is create a storage container here, and you will load it into here. In this storage container, we are going to put a crap ton of these here things. So, right, all of this here we're going to upgrade with steel, because I'm an incredibly impatient person. So, this will do its thing. Over here, we're going to take like 500 of this now. 1, 4, 5, right. So this has 60, well, you're using, right, this will generate us 1,000. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to boost this here up in production speed. You're then going to make 5 per minute. And I want you loading all your stuff across to there. Because that way, at the very least, I'm doing something to ensure that our versatile frames are going to be nicely loaded up. Deep silica, stitched iron plate, or steel frame. Iron pipe is also very tempted, but all of these things are a resounding not just yet. And let's make sure these here are loaded up. So, right. This here is all fed in. This is going to load up all of this stuff. So, what we do is do splitter, 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 splitter. Right, that's 1, 2, 4. Right. Splitter. Continue with all of these here. Actually, there's nothing to preclude me from having to, like, having connections between 8 at a time. Over here, right. These here need to stay separate from each other. But these, for example, we can, in fact, connect to each other. Done up. We're done up. Go along the here and see. 2. Now, these here. Splitter, 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 splitter. We'll get 7 of these here. And that's us nicely taken care of. So these are all going to connect to each other. You're all going to connect to each other. And lovely. Right, so. You'll be straight. You do the curving. You do the curving. How many of these have I got? 1, 2, 4, 5. Okay. You will connect to this here. And you will then connect to this one. So for this, What are you? Oh, no. I was a silly biscuit and put the wrong thing in here. Right.
Motion detected at the doorbell.
These to be splitters instead. Right. Ooh, no. Yeah? Yeah? All good? Yeah, that's all good. No worries. Not a problem. Just had a question to answer. Right, you connect to here. You are going to here. Whoop. Nope. You go to here. You go to here. You go to here. And you will go to here. You're in... Ooh, wow. Okay, that one's a little bit off kilter. Oh, that's probably why. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, this connects all of these. Oh, yes, that's what happened. I ran out of cabling. So you are going to need to go here. You're connected up. Right, that connects to there, this to here, and finally, oh, okay, you can connect to there. Iron all the way. This here is all going to be set as iron. So, come on then, system. Paste the settings. Paste, 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 paste. Right, paste, 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 and paste. Right, that's a lot of things pasted now. And how are we looking in terms of modular frames? We're not looking as good as I would like us to be, but still better than some areas. This here, right, you will be our 10 worth of this. Drag those there and that to that. So you're making 5 per minute, which we don't have a hard drive that we can improve upon currently. Have you got sufficient stuff? You've got 160 something plus 100, so that's going to be like more than enough, I would say. Over here, let's look. So, modular frames. 50 of those, we got 25 of that. We could make smokeless powder, or we could go down the quartz route. 15 and 100. Radar technology. Computers are what we need for that. This here is also going to be a big, important thing for us. So, 17, oh god. If it's 10 per minute, that's 34 minutes worth of time actually before the next, like before it's done. So I suppose what we should be doing is looking at what we can do. Get all this running nicely. So, okie dokes. All of this stuff, I think, is going to eventually need to be constructed. Excuse me. We will have you curve around to here. You're going to go to here. And then you are going to go here. You will then go straight and into there. And production, let's upgrade the miner here. It is now a Mark II. So you'll be producing 120 per minute. Or I could ramp it up to even more than that. Which I think is what I've accidentally set it to have to do. Yeah, 120 will only feed 4 of those. Huh. Okay, conveyor pole. Set you here. You are going to feed from here. And then the other one will feed from over here. So, right, what do we do to kill 30 minutes of time? I say we do a little bit of sinking. You and you feed in. Now, see just how much each screw is worth. Power line, put you in. Oh wait, that's the awesome sink. Whoopsie daisies. So, okay. What could we have this producing? Could have it producing biomass, which we do, or we could set it to protein mode or something. I'm not 100% sure what it should be doing. But let's go do a little bit of exploring while we're here. We got a lot of time left. We don't have a lot of inventory space left. Let's go ahead and drop off copious amounts of crap. So, Nobelisks uploaded. Circuit boards will upload. Screws will hold on to. Modular frames will upload those. Power slabs, power shards, will upload them. Wood is also going to get an upload. And I suppose we set quartz crystal to also upload. So that will be my thing. I guess we could go up and we can upgrade the SAM miner that's up here. We can upgrade it to the production, miner type 2 is lovely. And we will also set it up so that it's got, what do you call it? There is a name for it. Whoop. That wasn't even like it's back, but I still bounced. Nice. 714 out of 1,000, so we got about 28 minutes now. And then we keep going up this here way. So the modular frame, I think I need steel beams Oh, wait, crap. Modular frame is going to be way easier to actually, like, the versatile framework. Because I think we can make it make 4 out of a single modular frame or something. Whenever we're trying to do the thing. Let's look. Versatile framework. 1 modular frame and 12 steel beams generates 2 of those. 12.5, so we can make 25 per minute. We can set this so it's going to require 6,000 steel beams, which is a lot. But we can then have it producing way more of the things. So 50, theoretically, 50 times 4 is 200. 250 modular frames will be enough for us to complete the versatile framework segment. Alright. I like that. To let you dump fluid resource overflow directly into the water. That could be like a nifty little thing. You know, instead of just having your silly little buffers or anything. Right, this here.
Motion detected at the doorbell.
I know. I'm aware. This will now produce 60 per minute, except it won't. It's going to produce 150 per minute. So, 150 per minute. That's then going to be used up. This is going to use 120 per minute. And upload into here, where we're going to find we're getting. So right, this is 30 per minute. Every 7 minutes, this will be a complete stack of this. But how are you doing, Set? How is your day treating you? Having a nice little Friday, I'm hoping. No space available in stockpile. Right. So, can I upload heavy modular? Yes, I appear to be able to. I can also upload the automated miner, get that out of my inventory. And I suppose for this here, hey, let's go ahead and collect 200 of these. And we still have our power facilities going nicely. See, I do like the fact there isn't really a way that you can automate alien protein production. Because, like, while yes, they're part of the environment, it's completely separate exploiting an animal versus how you might exploit a resource node or an ore vein or anything. Probably gonna sleep soon. Ooh. Is it approaching EP time for you? You doing the EP? I watch way too many cat memes for the fact that the word EP is actually part of my vocabulary. You know, a bit like talk about doggos and all. I don't really say doggo, but I do say pupper a lot of the time. I always get told it's like, the dog is not a pupper. Like, how could you say something so inherently cruel? The doggo is absolutely a pupper. Right, this here, I can finally get access to all this stuff. Oh, yeah. Oh, nice. So I missed with the initial one. Oh, he's running away from that. That'll do the job. When in doubt, stick it to them. So, no room for that there. That's a shame. Crying shame. Something's doing a mew. That was a tremendously bad miss. not enough space for Power Slug. Well, let's correct that. So there is a yellow Power Slug sorted. Now we could look at uploading some of these here, and we may as well while we're at it. You don't sleep at consistent hours. Well, that's the thing. You should sort of sleep when you're tired, which isn't always going to be consistent. For example, if you work in a manual labor kind of thing, you might find that, yeah, one day was really exhausting by the time it hit 4 p.m. Another day, it was pretty chill and you had lots of energy until like 9 p.m. And then other days, you're just completely burnt out. And you're like, yeah, it's 10 a.m., but I'm tired. Like today is a great example for me. I am incredibly tired, despite the fact I slept pretty well last night. The reason for my tiredness? Probably the heat. Guessing the heat. Do we have all this sort of stuff down here? Working nicely. Right. All of these here. Oh, I know what the problem is. Very silly of me. This needs to connect to this. I forgot to add this thing. So, right, over here we go. Got loads of these here going. And they should fill up nice and quick. So, alrighty then. How are we doing on modular frames? Let's go check. Got 60 of these. Not the level I want us to have. So, this here, you are still working away nicely. This here, we should have 3 more. So this will do, yep, there's 2 out. Now, this will tell us, hello, Mr. Skid. Mr. Bumcheekus. No, gotta set it pressed. Gonna have to time you out. How are you doing, sir? Are you well? 'Cause you're looking well. How is the day treating you? Hopefully, it's been all good and you have had no shitty cue sheets come through to you or anything like that there, because you've been having the best time in the world and you're all good and you got paid to sit about and play Claire Obscura today. That's my hope for you. My genuine, solemn hope. All good dans le hood. That is very good to hear. I like that news. That is good news. Right, this here. We got 20 minutes before it's going to be finished up that little bit. But I'm glad that you have never felt so attached. I mean attacked. I'm glad to hear that. Have you tried any of the new hero patches or anything? How's the Reaps? The Reaps is pretty good. Had a couple of calls during the workday, which made it feel so much slower, which was dog shit. But aside from that, yay, happy days, hooray! It's the end of the day. You know, work has been over for me for quite a decent little bit of time. Can I upload these here? I can, apparently. I don't have enough space for those. I am, however, going to upload my iron plates. And, ooh, yes to that. Yes to that. Oh, yes. Let's clear some space with that. New patch doesn't arrive till the 30th. Oh, right. do you like my new place? My new smelting bay? I've only got one thing feeding it at the moment, but it's feeding in lots of resources. And eventually, so I'm only using the first 8 smelters, but eventually the plan is that I'm going to have God knows how many smelters producing God knows how many things that are all going to be loaded onto trains and carried off to the next area. This is a continuation of the one I've been playing for the past few weeks, but that was a new one that I started, entirely new, because it was patch 1.1. So it was like, yeah, let's see what it's like now with the new 1.1 stuff. This here, you're going to use 5 per minute. So yeah, that is, yeah, okay. Oh wait, that's right. It's also going to produce more than we need it to, because I made the mistake. This would produce 200 and something. Oh wait, yeah, it's actually correctly allocated. Never mind me, because this here, 84, right, 83 would be 166. Kind of want to do aperture science distribution. Oh, so you're wanting to go through and play it like Portal or something. You're wanting to have that sort of aesthetic to it. Which, to be fair, the color scheme for aperture science, I think could be very nifty. I hate arachnophobia mode for this precise reason. You have to hit these here, guys, and they make the sad cat noises whenever they're injured. I do not like that. I do not approve of it. Just make an excessive amount of everything, put it all on a train. Sends every resource to every outpost on the map and then dumps the excess. I mean, that sounds pretty reasonable to me, because you could have that there running like train networks. So you could have everything along train networks all feeding in to one. I'm presuming this here can be broken through. Okay, right. If I place this here. Oh, okay. Let's try this again. I'm sorry, cat. Why can they not just, like, be passive? I know there is, like, an AI toggle to actually set them to be passive, so, like, it is possible to do, but, like, come on! Making me hurt the cats. And I don't like that. Oh, jumping into, like, an awesome sync thing. Let's go ahead and grab 4 of these here. Just because, why not?
Merge in vocabulary, sentence structure, topics. How fascinating to once again solve a true mystery, to be unable to create any accurate predictions.
Lovely stuff. That's us rightly sorted there. Ooh, we got a summer sloop up this way. It's gonna be right up there at the top. I don't know why I'm from Yorkshire, or sort of Liverpool, but, you know, headed up to mountain. Mountain's one of them places you got to climb. I don't know what it is about Yorkshire. Don't say to, they say t. You know? They'll say, I'm headed down to pub. And it's like, down to pub. And it's like, yeah, headed down to pub. And do you mean who? But no, they mean t. Still, Yorkshire accents are quite nice. Especially when you find one that's got like a baritone. Like Sean Bean, very good voice for reading stuff. I'd listen to him read like audiobooks. Patrick Stewart as well. He's Yorkshire. So, are we good? You know what you could have is you could also, you could set it so that eventually everything all feeds into the one area. And that one area, while it's in there, only converts everything to iron. So you use the transmuter thing from tier 9, right? And you have every resource converted into iron. And from that iron, you make the most important thing that you possibly could think of. Which, as we all know, is ammunition for the rebar gun. Why would you not? You could have such a good time doing that kind of stuff. Right, I think maybe this area we could do getting rid of. Let me go and check how many Mercer spheres are required for the next thing. So I gotta go to this side. Hello, the gates. Alien technology. We need 13 for it. If we want to upload quicker, which I would rather we get the upload speed than anything else. This here, 54? Yep, we got 54. Nice. And let's check out how many we have of our modular frames. So, maybe what we do is load in some of these here. Let's load all of this stuff in. And we're not doing that well on having modular frame. It's a little bit sad how slow it all is. Boom, into here. And we want this to be modular frames and modular frames. So we've got another 25 here. That'll do the job. So maybe time to start loading certain things. You here. We're going to get rid of a lot of screws out of our inventory because we're also going to need a crap ton of steel beams. So let's go collect them. That's going to be our whole big thing. Collecting the steel beams. And once we get to the next section, cranes are going to become our big thing. But what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to use the snapping blueprints to create crane lines that are elevated. So yeah, it's going to be nice. It's going to help us out. And I like the sound of it. All of this here is working. Jump and slide, and this is also another reason why I'm not even on like the highest speed of belt. But the speed you can slide yourself along at is incredible to me now. So, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 12, 20, no, 15, 16 now. So we got 16 sets. That's actually more than we need, I think. No, 15 currently. Yeah. Okay, I was being an idiot. I am no longer being an idiot. So, right, over this here way, we have a few things we're going to need this stuff to create. We also need to be starting to look for hard drives so we can get heavy residual fuel or something. I can't remember its exact name. But we want that there for building an oil factory. Up this here way. All this is working, and I realize now my mistake. So, into here, we're going to have, that's 3,000 steel beams. 3,000 divided by 12, 250. So we are actually looking pretty nicely at things. Over this here way, jump in here. We have another split this and take the 25 there. This will give us, right, let's take 100 of these and a crap ton of these. Yeah, I'm on. We'll have this load up all of these. So 100 divided by 3 should be 25 times, well no, 100 divided by 3 is not 25 times. Ooh! Actually, with all this here, I could make even more. So, what I will do is I will create 100 of these myself, and I will have them then all feed in. I can then have the one that's automatically creating in the background just saved, so that I can use those modular frames to do research, which is probably going to be our big limiter. And we'll top up our Pepsi Max. Because it is now 4 o'clock. So we should be coming up to switch over. I would say we should be able to carry out our objective by the time I finish up at 5 o'clock today. I think that's something we could be doing. And then hopefully Skid will be like, hey, so maybe I'm going to play some Pokemon tonight. Or could show us how to play Slay the Spire. Or something else that's entertaining to watch. Although more so the entertainment always comes from Skid himself. Right, another batch of 50. And that'll be us all loaded. It takes a while to manually create these, so yeah, it's not the most interesting thing at the minute, but still. You know? I wonder if there's enough, like, what do you call them? Mercer spheres in the game to have all your research done and have an uploader for every resource. So have like a Dimensional Depot uploader allocated to every craftable resource. From your iron plates, to your iron rods, to screws, all the way up to like end game stuff like nuclear pasta, which I still don't know what the hell it is. Another 7? No, 8? Yeah. Now it's 7. 6. 5. Come on. So close. This might coincide with this here as well. We're almost there. Now, let's try it out. Check these. And it should be, if I sort, yes there is. 250 of these. So, oh ho ho ho. This is a thing of beauty. Completing an objective thing. And what else do we need for automated wiring? This is one stator. So we're going to need 50 stators and 3,000 cables. And that's all. I'm pretty sure we have that already. Right, let's get all of these here moved out to here. So, 50 stators. And into here, we're going to have a crap ton of cables that we have to drop off. Oh, ad break is starting soon. Boom, and boom, into there. Right. How many are you going to use once you get into the next phase? My hope is a hell of a lot. It's working, guys. It's working. 990. And let's see. Automated wiring. If we times this by, then it'll only take 8 minutes to do the automated wiring part. 8 minutes for all that automated wiring. That would be very nice. Let's watch this switch over and complete this little section. Come on then, buddy. We've got this. Lovely. Now, time for some versatile frameworks. Use 75 per minute. So, yeah, it'll just be 40 minutes doing this here, but doable. We got 4 there, you're producing 25 per minute. $40 minutes on that. Now, in here, I need 1. Oh, nope. Let's get rid of the things, load the cables. Like this. Right. Sort. 1, 2, 3. There is 6 plus 9. So we have 16 in fact here. Actually, no. One of these is going to get uploaded. There is 15 batches there. Right. In here we have 3, 6, 8, 10 currently loaded. So that will be us close, but not quite with the cigars. Rotors we are completely stocked up on. Stators we can upload more of, I guess, at least. Let's do this here. You're producing, and we love it. So, every 4 minutes, it's going to be 100 of these. You're still doing modular frames. So let's load up a few more things up here then. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. We got 600 of these. That'll do their thing. And then you're going to be fine. So now, maybe it's time we go searching for some other stuff. Steel pipes we've got copious numbers of, so let's use those. Just see about reanimated Sam. Have 4 of these here. Sort. And now. Sam Fluctuator, we can make 116 of these. Which I think means our limiting factor is probably going to be the reanimated Sam. And here, actually, you know what we're going to do is we're going to take the reanimated Sam out of this here so that more can be uploaded while we're still crafting. If I can get to 151, great. If I can get further, fantastic. So let's see what we're doing, what we're working with. Still not quite where I would like it to be, but if I sort this, what's it going to go like? Nice try, bot. A bot came in was saying cheap viewers on streamboo.com. Remove the space. Fuck off, robot. You do not belong here. You are not wanted here, and nobody believes in your goddamn streamboo.com. Not one soul believes in it. So, this is doing its thing. These are all doing your little bit. Alien technology. Technologia. Ethereum. Ethereum could be a good thing for us to get. I think we should definitely finally start setting up the Ethereum extractor. Right, logistics. No, power production. Here we go. Miner Mark II. That's going to feed into 2 smelters. No, 3 smelters. Will do their thing. So we are going to need a merger and a splitter that will feed into all of this here, and we will have it constantly producing Ethereum ingots. So let's get our modular frames out of here, and we are now set up. So let's go find that Caterium ore. I can't remember exactly where it is, but I know it's this way somewhere. Or it was, at least. 500 meters this way. And slide and jump and see what's by. Ooh. Far away. But no. Do not want. What we are after is this little section up here. So jump and slide, and how do we get on up? here, and nope, still not making it. Caterium ore. Is that where it is? It is up there. Foundations, and let's just do foundation stairs. And that there, right. Now we'll just do a little foundation 4 meter here. So, right. That to there, and now we go up to here. Jump and slide to here. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, so this here is a caterium, like a pure caterium node. So we're going to require more. So, miner Mark II. You're going to connect to here. Now, I am going to need more foundation out of this. So let's have a little bit of this here sort of stuff going. Alright, want this to ideally line up a little bit more nicely. Alright, you go here. Now, you can produce 270. So we need this splitting into an entire chain of things up here. So, statistics, no. Foundations, yes. Let's get all of this working up here. So, logistics, splitter. You'll be first one here. And can we get you into here? Excuse me. How do I, like, copy or, like, dropper a building? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right. All of these here. Wait, is it 9? Yeah, it is going to be. Because you are Caterium ingot, you're going to use 45 per minute. It's not. It's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. That's okay then. Because all of these here, let's have you a straight shot. And we'll have you go up like this. But we're not actually, because that is the little secret about this. Use this here now. Ah, fudge. We're not going to be able to, in fact. Right. Foundations. Let's just go ahead and whoop all this stuff out here. So, into there, and this will split it out, I suppose. Trying to think of a way that can make it look somewhat pretty. But I don't know how. Maybe our up 3. This could be our constructory side of things. And this here could be, There's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This could feed, right, so, production. smelter here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we need a 6th one there, right? So then foundations, we have 2 of these here. Lovely. We have our 4 meter foundations. These will then feed out to this. So production, smelter, you are going to be Caterium ingot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You all are then going to inevitably feed around these constructors. So this here will split here. Conveyor splitter. Here is where that occurs. We want a conveyor merger here. It's going to be boom. Nope. I guess the conveyor merger is going to be here, 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 whoop, here, and then we gotta fix these ones. Boom and boom. So you into here, you are into here. You're doing this here nicely. Okay, that's unfortunate. Oh, that's what happened with it. Right. You into here, you're connected in. You need to be hooked in. Are you? You're not. You need that, need this. Then you need to feed into this. From here, you go to here, you go to here, and you go to here. All 3 of these will then connect to a section here. And from this section, logistics, conveyor merger, right. You're in like that. You're in like that. And then we feed these around to a whole pile of these here. So you could very well go here, I guess. You will then go to here. You will connect into here. And finally, you will have one down here, which I suppose we gotta build like this, meaning I need to do one more foundation here. You into here, you, default mode, create. Oh man. I should have this here do a splitter, actually. This, I think, is going to make it much nicer. So you conveyor belt here. Let's reverse feed. How do I get you to feed in like this? Right. That is what we're after. You will feed around to this, and you around to this, maybe? No? Maybe if you go like this, and then boom, there we go. Hey! Thank you very much for the follow there, Helen Goku. How is your Friday treating you? God, this thing is loud. I need to fix that there. Because it's insanely loud whenever it plays those little notification things. But, yes, thank you very much for the follow. Hopefully you're having yourself a wonderful little day. What are we going here with? You are going to be... Oh wait, no, you're not going to be a thing just yet. So this here, we need you to split this output from here. Let's have you split this. Whoop, nope, wrong thing. Splitter. You're going to split into a couple of different ones. So, let's have this do 2 batches of things. Splitter like this, I guess, and then I suppose like this. So let's try and figure this out in what way it looks the most horrendous overall. So you are going to be logistics conveyor belt or conveyor lift Mark III rather. You're in like this, and you are going to feed into this one. So you will feed into here, I guess. Oh wait, crap. That smelter got deleted. Smelter, let's try and... Don't tell me I'm going to have to... Right. So, okay. There's 1, 2, 3. So you... We could have you feed from there. Because that's going to make this a really ugly build. And I find that funny. You can just be a default one here. So this here is feeding 3. Where are our other ones? This here needs to connect that one. And now you will connect to here. You're also going to connect to these two. You're going to move to here, where you're going to connect to these two. You will go to here and connect to this and this. Then I want you connected just over to here, and you will be the connector for these. So, oh bugger. I did not think about the connection to the main power grid. But you know what? I'm going to now. Let's go all the way down to where? Here. Oh, gotta have you connect into here. And now this should all go online nicely. So let's find out if it does. We're also looking pretty good about our versatile framework. So our max consumption is actually 964. That's a lot of consumption. You are getting dismantled. Hey, my buddy, my friend. You're done. Now, you are uploading. Iron plates are uploading. Iron ingots are not uploading. We'll get these here on the go. Modular framework. Upload the remains. And I suppose move grass into the, what do you call it? So you should be Caterium ingot. And right. Maybe this is just going to have to be reorganized. You go in like this. Oh, wait. Boom. You feed around to here. And theoretically, if we load... Oh wait, 240%. What? Right, this here, we're going to do 270 per minute. So you're at 112.5%. And this will then pump out crap tons of Caterium. So let's get a research bench at the ready. Because we are going to be left with a lot of these here to collect. In 17, in 20. Something seems to be slowing it down a little bit. Oh, I bet I know what's going on. It's probably because of the loading delay. The last one in the field is going to get to 100 Caterium or more slowly than the other ones. So the manifold will take a little bit of time to actually create. Over here, we'll go. Now, Caterium, go ahead with this, start research. And Quickwire, we can now set these to have.
Research completed. Quickwire recipe unlocked. New Caterium research available.
Oh. Phone call. 1 second. Hello? Spam call, a robot saying, it would like to talk to me about job. Nope, not happening. I am not speaking to you about job. Right, this will use 30 per minute and produce... Oh wait, actually no, you know what? There we go. So, we'll move all of these here to 150%. And now, we'll have a constant influx of Quickwire. It's always going to be feeding in nicely. This is a really, really horrendous looking facility, but trying to see what is going on for this. Oh, wait, no. It's actually almost acting like a load balancer rather than a manifold. So I don't think it is ever going to completely fill up. Right, let's have a look for Quickwire. Got 500 of this. Let's go ahead to our Caterium section. Start research on this. Lovely. We can research the Power Poles Mark II.
Caterium research options available.
stuff.
Congratulations on finding
We can
this
also
method.
upgrade
Many Fix-It initiatives will
so that we
benefit
have
from
the zip line.
Ethereum's applicability in advanced engineering.
High-speed
Also,
connector
most
could be a
probably
thing
not
for us.
sentient, and so unlikely to feel pain as we
Fire
exploit
pole
it.
is not going to be the best thing for us. So this here, we need
Power
copper
pole
sheets
Mark II
and
unlocked.
we need
This
quick wire.
provides additional power connections compared to the Power Pole Mark I.
Right, quick wire. I guess we can just take more of this. Right, this here and Ethereum. So this and we'll see what we've got. So smart splitter is going to be very important for us down the line, I imagine.
Research completed.
It's
AI
not even I imagine.
investigate
I know
unlocked.
it's going to be
New
useful.
Ethereum research available.
So that's the power switch. Could be handy. But for the meantime, we need to go build ourselves some, what do you call it? Right, first things first, Ethereum wire. Let's load that into there and have it upload. Into here, we're going to move a lot more of this. So, this should now start filling up the other ones at a rate that lets them to eventually all have perfect manifold. So, yay! Happy days. Back home we go because we've got about 10 minutes, 10 and a half minutes for the, no, actually 11 and a half minutes for the modular frameworks to complete their thing. And we can go have a look at some of the other stuff. So let's keep on bouncing and heading over this way. What do we got to research back home? Find to have more stuff that would be useful for us to research. So let's jump and slide. Alien megafauna, what do we need for that? We need that. Ooh, no, what we could actually do is AI limiters. Do we have what we need? Yes, we do. Got loads of that. So, back in 1 wee second, folks. I am just... I'm going to... In the meantime. Righty. We've got more AI limiters. We have 15 of them now, in fact. These are going to be nice, easy little ones for us to keep a hold of. So, let's see. Ethereum. Smart splitter. Yes, please. MAM research complete on that. We need steel beams for that.
Smart splitter
And we need
unlocked.
power
Smart
poles.
splitter offers advanced settings that can improve conveyor belt logistics.
Do we have plastic? We do. So we could theoretically, we had 500 quick wire, which we could be able to get really easily. Matter of fact, I think we do have it. Right, quick wire. It'll be backed up all the way up here. So let's go and nab some. I truly love how hideous this all looks up here. I mean, that is a very ugly looking factory thing. There is no need for it to be like that, which is great. So, on going. And we're going to have a lot of backed up quick wire up this way. So we jump into here, grab this here, and we'll grab this at the same time. So that's going to be loading its stuff up. And we can keep on going back to base, our research. That is not a very friendly sounding fella. And bounce, and bounce, and bounce. So what I think should be a focus of ours, well, not really a focus, but something that we definitely consider, is building a few radar towers that are going to allow us to determine where there are resources we can exploit, that kind of thing. So sulfur, we do have modular frames, and we've got that. So maybe we'll grab these here. Also grab our sulfur. Oop, misspelt. Grab a stack of that. And over this here way, I think. Yep, there will be modular frames over here. So let's grab all the ones we've got in there and do a little bit of research off of the basis of that. So here we go. Right. Sulfur, experimental power generation. If I remember right, this one requires hard drives to decrypt. Yep, it do. It do indeed. Turbo fuel.
Experimental power generation research options.
Plastic and
these
this.
Performance of other fuel sources.
Plastic and black powder. Could be doing something there, but we're not going to. The computers are going to be a no on that. Crystal oscillators, vehicle-wise, could be doing more with vehicles. Pulse Nobelisk. Maybe not. Power slugs. Oh yeah, this here, that is a thing we have to work with down the line. Nutritional processor. Let's go ahead and get some steel pipes so that we can complete this here tier. Boom. And then, right.
Research shows potential for processing
Beryl nut,
sanitary nutrients for pioneer benefit.
Eelberry,
Nutritional inhaler research available.
and bacon agaric. All these here are donezo. So let's start the research on this, and this will get completed. Lovely. Now, this here, we need fabric and we need
Nutritional
coal.
inhaler recipe unlocked. Using this inhaler will restore
We don't
health
have any
and
fabric.
also gives your skin a radiant glow that is connected
But do we
to
have what we
well-being and
need
probably
for it?
not radioactivity.
We've got enough for making... Okay, so biomass is the thing limiting us. And biomass is going to be really easy to get. So let's do another 50 worth of this. Well, I suppose we got 67 mycelia, so worst comes to it, we'll deal with all that. Hog protein we could be making, so we could... Oh wait, yeah, but we want to do the alien DNA capsule. So we're going to want to be using... I forget the name of it. Summer sloops. That'll be our thing to use. So fabric, we got this uploaded, and let's see. Whoop. Cool. 75. Lovely. Let's do mycelia and start the research on this. That could also be something we could unlock.
Research completed. Gas mask
Helium.
and filter unlocked. Mycelia fabric is highly absorbent.
Mycelia,
more
you
effective
say?
at toxic gas
I
filtration
say
than the
mycelia.
standard issue Pioneer helmet. A pleasant pine scent is included.
Nope.
Filters require
Helium.
regular
This is
replacement
the
for
one.
optimal safety.
So start the research on this. Confirm. Lovely. Priority
Research
fire
completed.
switch. All the
High-speed
guidance.
filter recipe unlocked. New continuing
Geothermal
research available.
generator. May be useful. Over this way. Right. So we're about 2.25 minutes off having this completed. Do we have the space for, right, 1, 2, 3, 4. We need another stack of cables. Into here. Let's load another 200. And this will do us nicely. 13, 12. Right, you're using 6.25 per minute. So 2 minutes time. T minus 2 minutes. What is over here in our dismantle crate? I'm imagining iron ore, right? Okie dokie. Right. Upload this. Our medicinal inhalers could be useful things to have. Oh wait, yeah, what else in here? We don't have anything in here, in fact. Over this way instead. We cannot actually create our healing item ourselves. Oh wait. It's probably in here. Yep, protein, vitamin, inhalers and all that there. Nutritional inhaler uses that. Vitamin inhaler uses this. Black powder, we could manufacture more of it, but we're not going to. Instead, we are in our last minute of this here. So we got to be ready as soon as this is done to switch it over to the engine. Once this changes, and I see this here go up to 1,000, we change this over. There's another 4. Come on, last 4. $9.96 and $1,000. So you're going to use 125 per minute. You're going to use 6.25 per minute. And there we go. So 8 minutes is how long it's going to take. We need to clear this here out. Let's unload this and this. We'll get rid of the iron ore, bios, samples, all that kind of stuff. So, clear blueprint designer. Lovely. And it sends all the stuff to here. Let's take all of these things. What we are looking for, well, actually, no. What we need to be doing first off, are you summer slooped? Yes, you are. This here will generate more biomass. So, right. Let's have you feed around to here, and you will feed into here. So, let's have you do hog protein. So let's grab all of our remains out of this. Remains. Be done. Lovely. Now we do hatcher remains. Lovely. Then we do stringer protein. Stinger protein, not stringer. Spitter protein. So right, this here will do its little thing. And you will be alien DNA capsule. You are going into here. And we want to drop these into here. So this will do all of that DNA. A lot of printable coupons right now. A lot of printable coupons. So let us go ahead and make some purchases, shall we? So, foundations, double ramp, yes. Half foundation, yes. Inverted corner, inverted ramp, this, these, yep. Whole lot of them. Yes. And buy all. Now, I suppose for this here, we could also look at stuff like the conveyor walls and the door walls might be an idea. Gates, potentially. Steel framed windows. No, not yet. There's another 3. Are you Gunzo? Yes, you are. So, we have 8. Let's go for conveyor walls and door walls. And do we have anything that is only 1? Nope, but the personnel elevator could be good. Let's go ahead and purchase all that stuff. We're going to upload these, and we're going to upload this. So, right. We have another few minutes before we're sorted here. All of this is going to do its little thing. So, I guess we're going to our concrete foundations, because we may as well. Now, hey, Fox, how are you doing? Are you well? Because you're looking well. Where is our center? Oh, our center is, we're only 4x4 at this point. So we can only do 1 by 1. How is things? How are you doing? I'm glad to hear that you're doing very well. I am doing pretty well myself, actually. I am having a nice little Friday, and I'm building a little foundation-y thing. I'm planning to have this be like, I guess a highway. Like this will be a highway thing that we can have in the center. So this will be our like pillar, I suppose. Support pillar. Let's do a save on that. And then what we want is for these here to clear blueprint designer. And we are going to have just a plain old little foundation for it. So we will have a completely flat one. Build a zoop one. And then this we'll build half foundations along it. Because I want them, like, I would like it ideally to have a path thing in it. So this highway it reminds you of building things in Unreal Engine. Not entirely dissimilar, to be honest. It's really not that dissimilar. Alright, let's go for the Fix It Foundation swatch. Nope. How do we have this move the swatch. Oh, wow. Concrete? Oh, yeah. There we go. Right. So my plan would be for this here to have lots of stuff. So you are going to be road. Flat. Save blueprint. And then we want to have clear blueprint designer. And we want to have an angled road. So, where is our double ramp? Double ramp here. So, this is problem. You are going to be a single ramp there. You are going to be a double ramp thing. And I just realized we don't have like half foundation ramps or anything. Oh, but I think I might know a way around that. Okay, so double ramp. You can go up and up. You will go up, 2, and then you will be an inverted ramp. So, here is my idea for how to deal with this as a half foundation. You'll do that. You'll do that. Now, I don't actually have the architecture stuff just yet. Gosh darn it. Right, you build like this. You are going to lock in and go like this, and you're going to go like this. I need highway stuff, but I need to actually have architecture equipped, I guess. Right, modern catwalks or industrial walkways. These are the things I'm going to need. So yeah, that's going to require more stuff, which I suppose, how much do you require? You require 500 points to do something here. Let's go ahead and lift 100 out of this. We'll lift 198. We're just going to load up on iron rods that we are going to dismantle the entire batch of them. So you are all going to the junker. You're done, and you are done. Right. So, this here is a new. Let's go for this right here. And you are going to lead into this. So, first things first, we upload 2 batches of iron rods, just so we can say we've got some. Oh wait, yeah. You're going to need to be much quicker than this. So lovely, that's a couple of thousand that are going to be like 4 each. 2,000 times 4 is going to be like 8,000, so that might work for us. That might just get us to what we need for coupons. And then we can build our industrial walkways, and oh lads, look at that counter for phase 2. Phase 2 is sorted. How much extra cable did I load? Whoa, Jesus. I loaded a lot of extra cable. Oh yeah, right enough. 125 times the thing. I overestimated what was needed. That was silly of me. So you're going up here and you're sealing. Phase 2 construction dock.
Welcome to the project
Ready for
Assembly
dispatch.
Pioneer progress presentation. Congratulations, the Phase 2 project part shipment is now ready for delivery. On delivery, Phase 2 will be completed and the construction dock will be constructed. After completion of Phase 2, the technologies of Tiers 5 and 6 will become available in the market. These
Oop.
might feel intimidating after your previous experience, but
Is
rest
this in a?
assured that
It
you will not
is
be
in
treated
a
as you were entirely
thing.
incompetent.
Alright.
Highlights are
Let's
oil
see what this
production,
salted
railway
caramel poppets
transportation,
brownie is like.
jetpack, and many more. Completing phase 3 of
I
Project
took them into
Assembly
the
is your
office,
next main objective.
but I didn't
Just
actually
remember
have
to
one
focus on
myself.
producing and delivering the project parts, and Fixit's faith in you will be strengthened.
Ooh. Oh, that's sweet. That's very sweet. That is... I don't actually know what I would describe that as. Womp.
Phase 2 of Project Assembly completed.
This is
You have
just
been
funny.
performing more adequately under pressure and are closer than ever to saving the day. Perhaps you were the right choice for the job. Time will tell. You will now enter Phase 3 of Project Assembly. Continue as you are, and there should be no issue. For humanity. For Fixit.
Nice. Very nice. Okay, so what is our tier 5? Right, oil processing. We're going to need a lot of these and a lot of these. Let's look at encased industrial beam. And we'll load 100 of these in. And we need motors. We are almost there on motors. Copper sheets we've got plenty of, and steel pipes we've got plenty of. Boom, load these in. Oh yeah, we needed 2 full batches of these. That's okay. And copper sheets, we'll go grab them. Motors, we can also construct a lot of. So we can upload 200 and 200. We'll upload these batches. And we'll grab these here from ourselves. So, we could do motors. So let's do that, in fact. Select recipe. And motor. So these will do 2 and 2. So that should give us 100 motors. Yep. Like this. That's a nice brownie. Right. Over this here way. Oil processing is now ready for launch.
Crude oil can now
And
be extracted and refined to produce various industrially beneficial parts. The byproducts of these processes will require careful management, but a capable
we're going to
pioneer
need
such
a
as
lot of
yourself
cables, we're going to
surely
need a
understands
lot
that.
of modular
To
frames,
improve
and a lot of
efficiency,
industrial
plants
beams.
can now be optimized with valves to limit and balance their throughput. These were initially
These will do their thing.
because Fixit did not want to
And
overwhelm
what do we
pioneers
need
with
for
complex
encased
pipeline
industrial
management, but
beams?
they have since been re-added after my impassioned defense of your capabilities.
Okay, so what do we need? 3 and 6. And that was like 6 per minute or something. So over this way, we are going to grab 2,000 concrete. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we are well stocked on that stuff. I love it. So over this here way, keep on bouncing, keep slipping and sliding, and all of that. And right, encased industrial beams. Let's load these. Also do steel beams. Let's take you've got 200 now. You've got 200. And we need another 100-ish. But in the meantime, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that will be 2,000 of those. And for some reason, oh, it's probably the length of the belt. That's probably what's causing the thing. Steel beam. We got these here. Load that up. And we need 34, no, 33 now. And that should be us, ideally, well stocked. 17, 20, on 25. Lovely. 30, come on, there we go. 33. So, this here should do. If I dismantled this, it would give us 17 beams. Oh yeah, that's probably why. Oh, you require 6. How many is in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, because there's one inside there. Okay, we are correct. Y'all ready for this? Do you think? Right, lovely. So, this will use 45 and 90. You take 4 seconds to produce 2. So, the steel beams, right. 3 divided, okay, so that should give us 1,500? 1,000, no, 2,000 times 2/3, basically. Or no, 1,000 times 2/3, basically. So that should be 1,660-ish encased industrial beams that we'll be working with by the end. That's okay, that's doable. Let's go and get ourselves some more out of our inventory space down here, because these steel production things are going to be complete surplus. Let's jump, slip, slide, all of those things. Mercer sphere. Keep on slipping and sliding. Jump down here. Love that. You wouldn't be pulling moves like that in Elden Ring. Right, there we go. We'll have all this doing its little hold up stall thing there. And up this way. We can head on back. Mercer sphere could be something for us to look into researching. But actually, as I think of it, it might be better for us to use pipes. Because the pipes, we can use those up to create the steel beams, not steel beams, the SAM fluctuators. So why would we not go ahead and do that? Let's go and do that. We also have a lot of stuff out of our inventory now. 114 of those. Steel beams, it's going to be really easy for us to load up on, because we're producing them in such a quantity. Almost a glut of them, in fact. And then let's go this way. So, over to here. You are our wire thing. Oh yeah, we need to drop 500 into here. So 1, 2, 3. There we go. That'll be the 500. You should be down to, yep, you are below the 1,000. That's okay. I genuinely think it is just going to give us 666 of the things. In milestones, we need, right, computers are a thing we would need. we also might need SAM fluctuators. Let's grab this reanimated SAM, and we're going to start doing some fluctuating. This will put us to over the 151, meaning Mercer spheres are going to be our thing. Wait, hang on. Have I been using the what do you call it all wrong this entire time? Let's switch to search for barrel nut. So it tells me yes there is a thing, but okay, so the little dial doesn't actually move to indicate how close we are to it. Thank God, because I was sitting thinking, it's like, has there been a proximity thing this entire time? And right, expanded power infrastructure. I think we should also look and see what all we need out of these other ones. So expanded power infrastructure is definitely going to have to happen. Enhanced asset security could happen, in fact. Pod launch, and we'll have to do some of that other stuff. We've got 6 coupons here that we can deal with. So, right. Architecture and modern catwalks. This is the one. So, architecture. We can have you have catwalk stairs. Architecture. Catwalk ramp. Wait, really? If we were to put these here... Nope, you know what? The ramp things are just going to have to be nopes. Are done, and you are done. Right, pod's going to return in about 45 seconds. Because it still, once it arrives in atmosphere, I think it does still take a few seconds. Let's grab these here while we're at it. We got a glut of these, which is good. And let's see. Down here, you are well stocked on these, in fact. Oh, never mind. The pod has actually returned and refueled on time. Right, so 100 of those, 200 of these, 50 of these. And then let's grab a ton of wiring and load that in. Then we'll also, before we launch this, we're going to see what all we got. So, enhanced asset security. We are very well stocked on all of this. So let's grab 400 of these. And we'll also grab 600 worth of these. This is all doing nicely. Okay, crap. Not what I wanted, but okay. Down into here, we got this, we got all of these, and we can grab some more rods. Let's do this, and whoop. That and that. So, lovely stuff. Into here, we will load these. And, right, jump pads. You require a ton of cables. You require 50 motors for some reason. Or not motors, rotors. Okay. let's go and look at hypertubes now. Got these here, got all these, and we need steel pipes. So we'll grab these here out. That's that ready. And tier 5. Right, jetpack, maybe. We could actually with the jetpack. Yeah, let's go for that there. And select milestone. That's going to require a bit more. This is all going to require plastic or like oil-based stuff. You don't. We might be able to get away with doing some of this sort of stuff. So steel, let's take 400 steel beams, load one motor into here. Select milestone, pipeline engineering. Okay, that's heavy modular frame, which is a real pain in the ass to have to get. I think could we go for this here one? Well, we'll load it up, but we won't send it off just yet. 1, 2, 3. And that's not the right thing either. In here, you are now ready. That'll give us Xenobasher and equipment slot and inventory slots. It's also going to be quicker to actually load up. We can also, in here, take these. And what we got. So select milestone. We want to be jump pads 1, which will be even quicker in fact. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to send off the expanded power infrastructure.
Milestone reached. After several pioneers started exhibiting traumatic responses to power blackouts, Fixit developed mitigation tools recommended by your local therapist. Power storages can hold excess power to delay or prevent blackouts in the eventuality that your factory's power consumption exceeds production. To simplify, these
This
are
here will
rechargeable
go and
batteries.
collect.
Power towers carry power lines for significantly greater distances than poles, facilitating factory expansion and exploitation of this environment for the good of Fixit and humanity.
We're not going to make it to the 200 exactly. But actually maybe we are. Because maybe I'm going to deliberately wait until we've got the 3. So here we go. There's 1. And next. Ta-da. And finally. Ta-da. Lovely. So we can upload these here. Upload our coupons. That'll do its thing. We can upload these while we're at it. Plastics. Actually, no, plastics we're not going to upload or anything. What do we got that we can work with? 25 for that. We've got this. Got that. The power facilities are going to be big important thing for us to collect all the stuff for. So I guess maybe petroleum power is going to have to be our next one. So for this here we want rubber and plastic. Let's go to our power tower platform and we'll say we want 10 of these. So this here, we're going to connect these little bits down here and we're going to have them feed this. You are now going to, oop, oh crap, nope, power line thing, right. So we can have that be one here. Oh wait, is it just where you aim that decides what it creates? Oh yeah, aim up high. It'll do its thing. So, this here is one. I want this to now feed this here way. Oh, damn it. I got too cocky and lost the thing. You are going to have to come with me. This is a successful jump. Okay, so that says the wire is too long. Wire is too long. Oop. That'll connect that one. And then we can have it feed along the way to the other one. So right, we got this. This is going to work. We can also, while we're over here... Ooh, crap. That is a problem. Getting up to that is possibly going to be tricky. It's not actually tricky. We managed it. Lovely. We are going to see our next one. Et voila. So, now we get this here. Connect. Ideally, over to here. And then we'll have it feed all the way over to there. So, right. Let's do our thing. And then once we're operational, we shouldn't have to worry about power again. Okay, right. This is what we're after. We're gonna have to try and blow these guys up. I forgot that if you're running, it preserves your momentum. Right. Boom. A little bit cruel, I know, but he was trying to kill me. Really? Interesting. Okay, thank God. Now we can go ahead and collect this. And we'll also grab the power slug that's down here. Lovely. Looks like we got all the stuff that's down here. Perfezione. So, you're going to go to here. And now, we can just head along this here way. You should be capable of getting us to... Oop. No reason to have to do that, but I just figured, why not? So, let's do a little bit of pokey poke. A little bit more pokey poke. And die. The other thing we'll do is not poking, but we're just going to get our thing ready. So, let's search for crude oil. Right, over here is a spot of it. And it's actually a pure spot of it. Right. Production. We could do an oil extractor if we had motors, that is. So here would be one that we have to expend resources on. That will give us 300 worth, I think. Okay, you need to stop that now. And you stop the whole, like, rotating on the spot to injure me thing. Because it's just feckin' rude. You are going to get detonated now. Lovely. So, the other stuff was where again? We got 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you will connect to a spot over here. And that will be used to connect these other things up. In the meantime, we are going to head this way. Because there is something nearby that we are able to collect. There's a Mercer Sphere this way, I think. But as well as a Mercer Sphere, I'm pretty sure we also have hard drive. Aha! Okay, that's my mistake. As you can tell, I am clearly a pro gamer from the fact that I'm running around sneaking dynamite onto things. Right, let's keep on giving this a go. Did that get one? Nope. I don't think my attacks... Like, I don't think the dynamite things, like Nobelisks, are capable of injuring those. Certainly don't feel like they are, at least. And these here boyos. Oh boy. That was silly biscuits. So, what do we got over here? Ooh, encased industrial beams. Rubber. Computers. 10 of them only. Damn you. Oh, crap. I was hoping we were going to be able to get the thing before we landed, but we just missed it. Well, that's unfortunate on that end. Got that. And what does this require?
I was not built to use organic components for communication. I am adjusting.
Oh, boy.
I am not sure what you mean.
Okay, so... Gonna have to clip that. If I say clip it, it should pick up on my thing. Clip it. Yeah, we just got absolutely fucking decimated there. Very unfortunate. Right, up this here way. What do we got? Oh yeah, Petroleum Pyre. We have 184 under 108. We also should have a crap ton of industrial beams by now. Select milestone. That's the, ooh, the copper sheets we can use at least. We'll have a load of these. So 1, 2, 4, 5, and screw it, we'll have 6. Just so we've got a little bit of extra. Into here, load all this. Next milestone thing is going to be this. We require 400 modular frames. I don't think we're going to have that much just yet. Oh boy, it stopped producing because we are out of the reinforced frame things, or the reinforced plates. So, right. I think these are going to then have to go into our inventory. Or inventory, if you will. So all of this and these here. Load it all up. Encased industrial beams. We pop some of these here in. And we need those. So, trying to think what we do with this here now. Can't really make the most of that. Steel rotors and stators. That takes 12 seconds. Right, this would be 15 seconds and requires that. 3 alternate. So this here would be 6 and a bit seconds and use a crap ton of screws. How many screws? 487.5 per minute. That's a lot. And that would give us 56.25 per minute. Do we go for that or do we go for the stator? What do we need for this? 25 per minute. Be wire and pipes. So you know what? We're going to do more motors. All of these here will feed in. Excuse me. So, got this here. We need wires. Let's take this here. And what we also need is going to be, so we need 3 extractors, and then we're going to need, I'm going to say, 6 refineries. So I need more motors. I'm also going to need a lot of concrete. I've got 700, but I might pick up another couple of batches, just in case. So all this here, and we'll go along. You are a concrete producer, doing your thing. Oh wait, yeah, no, you're producing the stuff that is going to feed to where? Oh, it's over here. It's not actually coming from you. Hello. Give concrete, please. Right. So, whoop. Really? Not gonna let me do the cheese? There we go. Much better. So you are doing this here. Now, all of these here, you are just the power tower. And you could be the power tower platform. Oh wait, you are the power tower platform. Okay, damn you. I need to chop this out of the way. Really? Can that not be... I guess it can. Or do I have to Noblisk it out of the way? Hey, that worked. Thank God. So, away we go to here, and we're going to build and set up our oil production. And after that, we are going to call it there for the evening. Because it's coming up to time when people will be coming in from work. And I should probably make some kind of food. Where is everyone? Okay, thank God, they haven't left the lab yet. That gives me a little bit of time. So, foundations. Let's put you on 5. You are on 4. Hey, General Dogs, how are you going? Are you well? 'Cause you're looking well. How is things treating you? I hope you're having a wonderful little Friday, and of course a wonderful little every other day of this week. That would be the ideal. If everything was awesome. So you are connecting to here. We need to do a little bit of... Right, so oil extractor here. No. Let's start setting up, in fact, the foundations first. So, you are going to build over this here way. This is going to be... what? We've got 5 by 5. So 5, you are going to be zoop mode. You're going to go over to here. You are going to do the same. Whoop. 5 over here. Doing all right. Just got back from the UK. Oh, nice. You're over here. Work, or were you doing a wee vacation? Were you visiting some family? How did you find your time? Can you have me on without the stream audio playing in your stream? Yes, if you route your audio to go to a different channel thing. So what I do whenever I'm watching your streams and streaming is I have your audio go to output 3/4 from mine, and output 3/4 is the same one I use for my monitoring. So all the monitoring stuff comes in, but since my primary desktop audio is output 1 and 2, then at that point it's not capturing the audio out from your stream. So it does require you to have a second audio device. At least that's the easy way I can think of it. There quite possibly might be other ways. Hey, not a problem, not a problem. You don't have enough outputs. Well, no worries. Have to catch another time. Oh, do you just mean you'll have to next time, like in the UK, you'll have to catch another time? Right. I thought you were having to head out or something. And if you are having to head out, then at that point it's also like, yeah, all good, boss. And no thing but a chicken wing. Right, for this here, we can use a fluid buffer at least. So we can have this here go, and we will use, where is it? Logistics pipeline. You connect here. You can then connect into these other little bits. So, this here refinery, for example, we can set you to create plastic. You're going to use 30 per minute. How much are you extracting? 240 per minute. So I can run 8 at a time. So this here, actually no, you know what, we're upgrading this to Fireline Mark II. That's okay. We will have 1, 2, 3, 4. So at the least we'll have 4 of these here. And we're going to set a fluid buffer up. So, grab this sort of stuff. What I will do for you, Skid, is when I am in the office on Tuesday, I'm going to bring in a set of headphones so that you are, like, they'll just be 3.5mm ones, but they'll allow you to hook your stuff in Right, let's get this here marked here. And this marked here. So, what we could do, let's have these here go vertically upwards. Logistics, you are going to be like that. Lovely. You are going to be like that. You are going to be like that. And you're going to be like that. All of these here are additionally going to feed into this fluid buffer here. Or do I have them feed into? No, that's what we're doing. That's what we're going to do. We are doing it. This and this. So you are going to produce fuel, residual fuel, and you are also going to produce residual fuel. So you're going to use 60 per minute, you're going to use 60 per minute. How much are you producing? If I set you, Robert, 10 per minute, damn it. Right, so you are going to be rubber, you are going to be rubber, you are going to be plastic. So, these here, we will have feed in, you are going to feed from there, and you are going to feed to there. You will feed, whoop, to here, curve, yeah, okay, curve works fine. So these here will feed out. Lovely. You connect to here. You connect, and you connect. You are then going to hook into here. You will hook into here, and that will be used to power this and this. So now what we do is logistics, pipeline junction. Lovely. And lovely. Set that one up there. And now should be pipeline mark 1. You feed to here. You feed to here. You'll feed into here and into here. You connect to this. You connect to this. You're here. You're here. And now, oop, hang on. Oh no. Right, damn it. So you will be 4 and you'll be 3. So now I can just do 4. Swap this for a pipeline junction here. Ah, damn it. But at least on this side, I've got this sorted, and now this sorted. So 4, you will connect into here. You're feeding this. Whoop. You're connected. You're connected. You're connected. So now, I'm hoping I'm not going to lose power from this outputting. Now that everything is going to be switched on, I have not lost power, despite it all still working, so yes. Nice. You are residual fuel, and then we'll have this here other one be residual fuel. So, you know what? Just because I'm impatient, we're loading these here up with this. You are going to contain an industrial buffer, or no, a fluid buffer rather, right about here. And 4, you will connect to there, and you will connect to here, and then you connect to that. Fine. Have your weird little squiggly loop. This here is going to start filling with fuel, and you're going to produce 40 per minute, theoretically. You have... Okay, that's the thing that's happening. Okay, pipe is too short. Invalid pipe shape. Okay. So let's try and set this here up, and you will feed as a noodle into here. So this should start feeding and fueling up. Now, this here, we have 58, we have 70. Our fuel and all of our oil and that kind of stuff is going to start feeding up. So Petroleum Pyre, we are going to go see what we can make out of it. And I think we should also go up here and take care of what is undoubtedly going to be a threat we have to deal with each time we use our, what do you call it? So, perfect, you're down. You're the same. Now, let's jump, slip, and slide. I am now a very happy chappy. So yay. Down we go here, and I guess we're probably quicker off if we just do our jumps and slides and everything. We don't need to worry as much about some of the stuff. We can also see what our power consumption is like. And eventually, we will have some very nice stuff. Steel beam, we've got a lot of. We still need more oil extractors. We need more power tower platforms. Actually, no, we don't really need more power tower platforms. Right, that's doing its thing. Over this here way, we keep on jumping. And in we go. Right, you select milestone, Petroleum Pyre. Let's load in our motors. Load in these. And we're so close on plastic. That's insane how close we are. So this here, we've got, yay! As many motors as we need. Just go ahead and slide, and whoop. So, we'll unlock Petroleum Pyre, and then we'll see how we can do for a power plant. I reckon we might have something. I think, though, an oil power plant is probably going to require like 20 motors, probably, which is not going to be ideal for us. Jump, slip, slide. Ooh, nice. Got that little bit of height, so we're up here. And now we're going. By the way, Skid, are you currently streaming? Actually, Skid's not able to talk at the minute because Skid is streaming, I'm sure. So I'm going to pull up Skid Jackson's stream back to Twitch, and I'm going to have to set my browser. Opera GX, set you to 3/4, and Skid Jackson. Oop, I have him muted for some reason. I no longer have him muted. Right. I should maybe build the power facility in the water. That might be our best option. If I could build like a power rig that was in the ocean, that'd be pretty nifty. This here and these. Lovely. So now we do our slip slide, go back to base, research, and that'll be us sorted. Up we go. Points up. Whoop. Better drag this to the other side here. Have this over the top. Whoop. Just rejigging because I got Skid Jackson 14. If you're not already following, go follow Skid Jackson 14. He is doing a bit of Pokemon Showdown right now. So, right, let's keep on bouncing about. Bounce and slide. So, let's get over to here. Turn this in. And Petroleum Power ready for launch. Industrial Buffer we also have now.
To inform you that the fuel
That'll be a good thing to have.
As well as the industrial fluid buffer are now available. Due to a lack of
yes.
in the sector, Caterium will serve as a suitable replacement to construct the fuel-powered generator. Your research
That's what we're after, folks.
In fact,
that is what we're after.
My most valuable pioneer, but don't tell the others I said that. It would be bad for morale.
I am going to build one of them. And it's probably not going to actually have enough to consistently work, but may as well. What do we got here? Oh, damn it. Crop that one out. Hey. Jump, slide, and here we go. We're going up. And fuel-powered generator. We're going to build one of these here. Whoop. There's a 5. 5. 5, 5, and another 5. So, this should be enough space for one of these here. Yes, it is. We're going to dismantle this here because what we want to do is have this feed into, instead, an industrial buffer. You will connect to this. You whoop. Right. You're going to feed out like that. You're going to feed out like that. So, right. Can I get this to connect to that? So maybe if I do this, and then 4, you connect into this, and you will hook into this, I guess. This is loading in the fuel. You're going to consume 20 per minute. You are producing 40 per minute potentially, except you're not actually, because we don't have enough heavy oil residue being produced. 20, so we got 80 per minute. Wait, do we? Yeah, 80 per minute coming out, or is it 60? It is 60 per minute coming out of here, which is a little bit unfortunate. But we can work with that. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and do a save game. Save as Streamlands. And we are now at the end. So let's go ahead and pop ourselves over to the end. It has been a pleasure streaming for you today. I am not going to be live again today. I am instead going to be relaxing a bit in the evening by creating some overlays. So I will see you